year, Heinz produces over 100 million pounds of mustard. But here's the crazy part. Not a single drop contains yellow mustard seeds. So what's really inside that bottle? Why does it taste so different from any other mustard? In this video, we're taking you inside the secret world of Heinz Mustard to uncover the surprising ingredients, high-tech process, and the strict quality standards that make it so smooth and flavorful. So let's buckle up and get right in. But before that, if you love learning the secrets behind your favorite foods, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any updates from us. The journey of Heinz Mustard begins in the fields of Canada and the northern United States, where the company sources its brown mustard seeds known as Brassica juncea. Unlike other mustard brands which use yellow mustard seeds, Heinz has an obsession with these stone-ground mustard seeds. The visionary Henry J. Heinz loved them because of their bolder, more tangy, and spicier flavor. When the farmers harvest the crop and get rewarded for their blood and sweat, these seeds will be transported in bulk to the production facility, where they will undergo a multi-stage cleaning process. The first step is air classification. Power air jets will blow away light debris like husks and dust. Then, the seeds will move through the vibrating sieves, which will filter out the smaller particles to make sure only the best seeds continue forward. Next, the seeds will pass through optical sorting machines that use high-speed cameras and laser sensors to detect any discolored or imperfect seeds. Those who don't meet the Heinz strict standards will be instantly rejected. Finally, the seeds will go through the magnetic separation, which will remove any microscopic metal fragments that may have been introduced during harvesting or transportation. When the seeds pass from this multi-layer cleaning process, the raw mustard is all ready to go through the trials of pressure and temperature to take the form of king of all mustards. The industrial process at Heinz begins with an unusual approach of a cold milling process rather than heat grinding. The reason is they know how to maintain the maximum flavor integrity. Heat can damage the mustard's essential oils and alter the natural sharpness of its flavor. So high-precision roller mills crush the seeds while keeping temperatures low to integrate the full spicy intensity. After grinding, the mustard powder undergoes micronization, a process where it is sieved through an ultra-fine mesh filter to ensure every particle is uniform in size. This is a very crucial step as any inconsistency in the size can lead to a grainy texture in the final product. The managers will fume with rage on seeing any grains because Heinz made its name as a brand with smooth texture. So, at this stage, the technicians will conduct real-time granularity analysis, test for moisture balance, oil content, and enzymatic activity to make sure the mustard powder is perfectly refined before moving to the blending stage. Once the mustard powder is fully prepared, it is time to transfer it into massive stainless steel mixing tanks, where it will be blended with liquid ingredients to be transformed into a smooth paste. The first and most critical ingredient here is distilled white vinegar. Now, let's get back to high school chemistry and remember what vinegar will do here. If you loved the knowledge of chemicals, you would know that it is essential not just for its flavor-enhancing properties, but also for its role in activating mustard natural spice compounds. Heinz controls the pH balance with extreme precision, as even a minor shift in acidity could impact the mustard's shelf life and overall taste. Next, filtered water is added. However, Heinz doesn't just use standard water. It is also pH adjusted and demineralized to stabilize chemicals in the mustard emulsion. Following this, turmeric is introduced to give the iconic yellow color. Unlike some brands that rely on artificial coloring agents, Heinz uses a natural turmeric, which enhances the color on one hand and contributes a subtle earthiness to the flavor on the other hand. The final touches to the blend include salt, sugar, and paprika, which work together to balance acidity, soften the sharpness, and introduce a mild smokiness. Heinz also adds a proprietary spice blend, a closely guarded formula that gives its mustard a unique and complex depth of flavor. After the addition of the ingredients, the mustard will undergo a high-shear mixing process. Colossal industrial mixing paddles will agitate the mixture at controlled speeds for uniform integration of all compounds. However, this simple mixing isn't enough to achieve the ultra-smooth, uniform texture Heinz is known for. the mustard will be subjected to high-pressure homogenization to refine the consistency even further. This process forces the mustard mixture through microscopic filters at immense velocity and breaks down the particles to a sub-micron level. Additionally, Heinz employs a vacuum blending technology which removes any air bubbles trapped during the mixing. This step is necessary because oxidation is the mother of all evils when we talk about food going bad. So, air will be removed to protect the mustard's color and sharpness over time. The mustard won't be immediately bottled after emulsification. Rather, it will go for a crucial maturation phase, where it will rest in temperature-controlled tanks for 48 to 72 hours. This step allows the flavor to fully develop as natural enzymes in the mustard continue to react with the vinegar and spices. These microbiological workers will mellow out harsh notes while increasing the signature tanginess of Heinz mustard. During maturation, the quality control teams regularly sample the batches and test for pH balance, viscosity, and aroma intensity. The thickness of the mustard is also analyzed using advanced rheometers to match the texture of all the batches. With the mustard now perfected, it will move to the high-speed bottling lines, where it will be dispensed into bottles using vacuum-sealed, air-free filling systems. You might remember from the pickles video at Inside the Making about how important vacuum sealing is in such packaging. Each bottle is filled within fractions of a second, and as soon as it's filled, it will be sealed using induction technology. A foil layer will be bonded to the bottle opening with the help of electromagnetic energy. This creates an airtight seal that will lock in the freshness and prevent contamination until you open it for your favorite meal. Once approved by the quality control team, the mustard will be loaded onto temperature-controlled transport trucks to reach retailers in optimal conditions. Heinz follows a just-in-time model. This means that mustard moves directly from the factory to store shelves as quickly as possible to guarantee maximum freshness for consumers. If you were buying mustard in the early 1900s, you wouldn't find the smooth, creamy condiment we know today. Instead, mustard was often coarse, grainy, and unpredictable, with some jars turning watery and others thickening into a paste. It was messy, inconsistent, and far from perfect until Henry J. Heinz and his vision entered into the game. When Heinz introduced mustard in 1904, his company had already revolutionized ketchup, pickles, and vinegar. However, he saw something missing in the mustard market, a smoother, more refined product that would deliver the same consistency in every bottle. At that time, when most mustards relied on yellow mustard seeds, Heinz experimented with bolder brown mustard seeds and developed a recipe that offered richer taste with silkier texture. To beat the competition, Heinz pioneered the fine grinding techniques when the other brands were not even bothering with filtration. His mustard didn't just taste better, it also looked better, spread better, and stayed fresher for long durations. It quickly gained popularity and became a staple in American households by the mid-20th century. As hot dogs, burgers, and sandwiches became icons of American cuisine, Heinz mustard became the go-to choice for millions of people. The company continued to refine the formula by adopting high-pressure emulsification and vacuum blending techniques, which you just watched earlier in this video. That brings us to the end of our deep dive into the fascinating world of Heinz mustard. From ballparks to backyard barbecues, it is one of the most demanded and beloved condiments in the world, all thanks to the vision of one man, Henry J. Heinz. That's how powerful ideas are. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any update about the making of things around us and powerful ideas behind them. We will meet you with another amazing story next time. Until then, stay curious, stay alive.